I'd like to have a conversation here about something known as resistance to healing. I don't particularly love the word resistance, but it's kind of in the culture, in the language now, so that's how we talk about it. But challenges around healing that most of us have, and I'm going to even say all of us. So I work with a lot of health practitioners, healing practitioners, herbalists, acupuncturists, therapists. I work with people who work with people. And I work with people. So all of us who work with people want the people that we work with to come in ready and willing and open, and we offer them a suggestion and they take it. They're excited to go, oh my gosh, I had no idea I was even doing this inside myself, right? We want people to receive. And that's often not what happens. Often what happens is they lock up somehow. That can look in so many different ways. One of which is to prove to the practitioner how hard they've already been working, right? Or how they've already tried that. Or you don't understand how hard it is to do this or that, right? So, and then what happens for the practitioner, the therapist, the acupuncturist, right, is we get, we feel rejected. I'm just going to cut right down to it, right? It feels like, well, here I am offering you what I know to offer you in whatever modality I work in, and you're telling me, no thanks, right? In whatever way. And a lot of times there's not even a thanks. A lot of times there's more like a, F off, right? Like, you don't understand, I've already been doing this, or you don't understand, I've tried something similar, and right? So that's what resistance often looks like. Sometimes it looks like fawning, which is, it's still not actually healing. It's still resistance. It's just a relational technique, unconscious. People don't understand that they're doing it. It has to do with a lot of early trauma, where the person just kind of wants to placate the practitioner and say, oh yeah, of course, you're so wise, I totally love that. And they're not actually going, they don't have that moment where they go, where they open up and they go, I never thought of that. Or, wait, how would that work exactly? Right? Like where you could see their mind starting to work. And the reason I want to have this conversation is because a lot of us practitioners, and this was me a long time ago as well, for a long time, we get frustrated and we say, well, you don't want what I'm offering, so see ya, right? We want to just kind of say, well, this is what I do, this is what I offer, and clearly you don't want it. Or for whatever reason, right? You're, resisting it, rejecting it, you're denying it, you're negating it, whatever, right? You just want to say, never mind. And the thing is, this is where us practitioners need to do this deeper work. It's not just about patience. It's about understanding that resistance is to be expected. This is the stuff. When you see resistance pop up, I remember my analyst saying this to me when I was in training to be a therapist myself. She's like, we love it when resistance shows up. That's because now we're finally in the realm of something we can sink our teeth into. Of course, the person you're working with isn't going to feel that excitement. They're going to be like, grr, what are you doing? I'm already doing my best, or whatever it is they're going to do, right? But resistance is to be expected. We look for it and then we work with it. You don't have to work with it like a therapist, but you can mirror back to the client, the patient, whatever you call them. You can mirror back like, hey, I'm noticing that when I offered you this thing, you struggled with it. What's that about? So don't take it personally when somebody's, puts up the walls, right? Don't just go, oh, well, I guess they don't want what I'm offering. Receive that as a communication from their traumatized self that This is the area. You touched something. You touched a nerve. It's not necessarily the nerve around taking nettles or, doing their stretches or, getting their treatments regularly or whatever. It's not necessarily that. It's the nerve around, potentially, right? Potentially around, here is something that is being offered to this person, and now they feel inadequate. They feel like they've already failed. They feel like they're being told that they aren't enough, that they're somehow broken, right? You're saying, okay, you're coming to me because you can't sleep. Let's look at what's contributing to that, right? And the person goes, don't you think I've already done that? Even though they're there for you to help them understand it, it doesn't matter. That's their adult self that's there like, okay, I don't know what to do. I'm going to go see a practitioner and get some help. Their child self is going, oh shit. Their child self is going, I didn't do something right. And so when you tell me I should, put my phone away an hour before I go to sleep, or I should take this herb, or if I, what I'm hearing is I've failed. And so I'm going to do whatever it is that I do, whether that's fawning, whether that's resistance or anger, or, it's all resistance, but like overt, I've tried that already, or you don't understand me. That's the child part of them saying, oh no, I don't know how to please you. I don't know how to be seen. I don't know how to be understood. And so whatever you're going to see that to you feels like a rejection of what you're offering is actually their child self trying to tell you, I'm doing my best, right? And so rather than shutting them out and saying, well, clearly, you don't want what I'm offering, so, never mind, go find a different type of practitioner. If you can catch that as a moment, right? Sometimes it's hard because sometimes what happens is the client will write you an email and say, you know what, I'm going to take a break from this, right? I get that a lot when, especially when you've touched that nerve, but if you can catch it, if you can find a way to gently accept where the person is at and say, I understand you've tried everything. And I also noticed that when I offer you something, you struggled. You had something happened inside you that you had a difficult time with that. Can we talk about that? Because I really would like to help you. And I have a feeling something's coming up in this interaction or around this, around you asking for help, around you being offered something. Because a lot of people have a hard time receiving, right? They are desperate to receive. They are struggling. They are in dire need, and they know how to give, but they don't know how to receive. And so there they are in front of a practitioner who is giving them something, and they have a hard time receiving, so they're going to reject it, right? So if you catch that, you're going to need to use your intuition there. And if you're still here and you're not a practitioner, or you're a practitioner and you're going to go see your own practitioner, catching yourself in that resistance is enormous, because if you can catch it, then you can say, oh, I have something coming up where I just want to say F off. I just want to say, leave me alone. I just want to say, you don't understand me, right? And if you can catch that in yourself as the client, as someone who's there to receive, then you can start working with what's going on there. Is the person really not understanding you and kind of left field, don't even know what they're offering you? Or is it possible they've offered you something that touched a nerve, or whether actually the actual offering itself, whatever it is that's coming, is difficult for you, right? Something around that, whether it's about the thing that you're dealing with or the act of receiving something from the practitioner, is bringing up resistance. You can work with that. You may not be a practitioner, but even if you are, you're also a client, hopefully, right? Hopefully you see your own you know, practitioners to do your own healing work, and watching for when that resistance comes up is the moment. That is the spot. You don't always catch it in the moment. You can catch it later, and that's okay. You can go back to it. You can say, oh, last week when you told me to drink more nettles, you know, or something. We're drinking a lot of nettles these days. You know, all I heard was, you're not doing enough, you know, and I just wanted to say, screw you, instead of going, oh, maybe I actually haven't been drinking my nettles and that's what I've committed to, or whatever. I just use that as an example. So I hope that this reaches people, that resistance is an important area to look at. And here's a meta question for you. Did resistance come up when listening to this talk? Did you feel a little bit of something go, I already know that, right? What's that about? Maybe you already know that, but you listened, right? Something compelled you to stay here. So let me know in the comments. I love hearing from anyone who watches these videos, what you get from it, what comes up. I would love for this to be a conversation. Thank you for watching. Many blessings, and see you in the next video.